Hey, this is Revolver from France, and you're at Popularity.
What has been among the coolest moments so far from this entire experience?
The most exciting moment? There were several exciting moments, I guess. The past 2 years we spent on the road were pretty exciting. The whole thing, and maybe the release of the first album was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I remember there's so many great moments that I can remember. I can't say just the best, you know.
Now that the album has been out for a while, what are your feelings on it? Have your feelings on it changed at all?
Well, we have evolved quite a lot since the release of this album. It was like here it was a year more than a year ago, but in France it was more than 2 years ago. So we recorded it almost 3 years ago. So we changed a lot during those 3 years, and we just recorded our second album. It's going to be released like in a few months, like at the beginning of the next year, and it's pretty different from the first one. So yeah.
Yeah, it's the last. This tour is the last tour we're doing for the first album, so it's like a way to say goodbye to the first album
Yeah.
and then move on to the next.
Yeah.
But we're not like, it's not like we don't like this album, but it's like sort of what we wanted to do at this time, and now we want to do something else. But it's not like it's not, I don't know, we're not ashamed of this album. See what I
No,
mean?
of course.
Now you said that the upcoming album, your new album coming out soon, is different. Different how?
Well, when we released the first album, we hadn't experienced any touring, we had almost never done a concert before.
Except in small apartments or
Yeah.
like very small. Like we were playing at the friends' apartments, so it's pretty different from a club.
Like no drums and no electric guitars, and just the two guitars and the cello. So now it's very different because we play with the drummer, we play with electric guitars, and so the second album is like the result of all those new experimentations for us.
So we keep the vocal harmonies and the cello parts, but I think we added more rhythm and a very good bass and drums. So
Yeah.
it's more powerful in a like ABBA-esque way.
And also we discovered the fact of making people dance on the sound of your music, and we found it like awesome to do that. So we want to keep doing this and just see people dancing on our music. So we wrote more dancing songs, maybe.
Yeah, because most of the time when you're a band and you play and you sing in like vocal harmonies, most of the time vocal harmonies are linked to a very folk and very noble music, very like precious, like acoustic guitars and very precious voices. And but the thing is, we wanted to keep the harmonies, but go in another direction, like not in the very soft acoustic precious thing, but with a more dancing rhythm. So that's why I was talking about ABBA.
Now, when you're creating a new album, do you take your past successes and failures into consideration, or does that not factor into it at all?
Like
You don't really think about it, but of course, unconsciously, it influences you, I think. But it's not. We don't really think. I mean, it's just you have to be inspired to write a song, and you don't really think I'm gonna write this kind of song because I know this one didn't work or worked. You can't think like that. So it's just if you're inspired, you write a good song. If you're not, stay away from writing songs.
yeah. And then the way you play it depends on what you want to do on the precise
Yeah.
moment, because a song can be interpreted in very different ways. So
Is there a song in particular that maybe you're most proud of creating?
well, I don't think so, but we are very thankful to one particular song. It's called "Get Around Town." It's our first song we've ever composed, and it allowed us to do all this touring, and because it had a very big success in France, especially in France and in Europe, and so since it was like played a lot on French radios, we sell CDs, we sell concerts tickets. So
Yeah.
so we are very thankful. But
But it's not our best song.
No, it's not like-
But it's a special song.
it's not the one we prefer, but it's like yeah, we're thankful.
Have you ever been unsure of the direction that you want to take with your music?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, you're never sure, but
Yeah.
you have to do things to know, you know. It's like sometimes people want to be absolutely sure about what they do, what they want to sound, but the thing is, when you want to be absolutely sure, you can't release anything, because
Yeah.
to do things you have to make choices and to take the risk to be wrong, you know.
Now, on the current album, when you went back to listen to the songs, or even on the new one that's upcoming, did any of the songs surprise you in either a good or a bad way?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Are there any notable ones that really stand out?
I think it's difficult to say like, oh wow, I was so good, like when I recorded this. But it's more like, oh wow, I was so shy, or I was so like enthusiastic. We can say, oh, I remember when I did this, I was so like this, and now I hear it's very charming. But you can't really say like what you did in the past. And for now, you can say that, wow, I'll never be able to do that again, you know.
But some songs
could be very sad.
Yeah, but some songs were surprising. There's a song on the next album. It's gonna be called My Old Self, and it's a song. We wrote the song in I think 5 minutes without even talking, just playing, and
Together, yeah.
we were extremely hungover. It was in I guess
Around the
for
house
lunch,
in Normandy.
like 2 p.m. maybe, and we just wrote this song just without thinking about it. So that was really nice, good surprise.
And when we hear it now, we feel how West Coast inspired it is. Like,
That's true.
yeah.
Would you say that there's a certain sound or a certain type of lyric or even just an instrument that it just would not be a Revolver song without it?
The cello and the vocal harmonies, of course. I think those two things really define our sound.
What challenges do you feel approaching this upcoming album?
Well, we're very proud of the next album. Like it's really we're really proud of it, because it was like a big challenge in itself, like to record all those songs, and the second album is always a difficult like exercise. But the next challenge, I think, will be to be able to play it on stage.
Yeah, exactly.
Like because when we started the first tour, we were very like very beginners on our instruments and our way of singing, and now we are better, like maybe performers, but still the songs are going to be very hard to play for us and all together. So this is the first challenge, and I guess to be able to record a third album and a fourth album, etc. Write new songs.
Where do you hope to progress from here?
To progress, well, I'd love to be a better musician. Yeah, but
There's no limit in hopes.
yeah. Well, we can progress in everything, in our way of writing songs, of
Just being a human being.
What's the best part of creating music?
playing it in front of people and recording stuff. It's the two favorite moments, I guess.
I'd say the moments when you have this inspiration, like the few seconds when a melody comes to your mind, you think, oh, it's gonna be a song. That's very cool. Okay.
You try to catch it.
Yeah. It doesn't happen a lot. It happens just sometimes.
Any final thoughts, anything that you'd like to say to the readers of Popularity?
Just listen to the album and really listen to the next album.
Yeah, it's gonna be out in February.